Take you live now to a police update. Toronto police are
time.
speaking after the arrest of a suspect made following a pursuit involving its emergency task force. Let's listen in.
Plainclothes were following up on an investigation that happened on December 6th at Best Buy at the Scarborough Town Centre, where as a result an officer was stabbed. That led them to the area of Danforth and Warden. While they were there, they in fact located the suspect. The suspect was in a stolen U-Haul, which you saw stopped over here. And the officers tried to safely stop the vehicle and engage the driver. At that point, there was an altercation that resulted in some minor injuries to some officers. And at that time, we also learned that the individual, the suspect, had in fact abducted a citizen at gunpoint. That citizen was brought to safety, and the suspect took off in the U-Haul. At that point, officers did not engage with the male and followed at a safe distance while we requested the help of York Regional Police, and they provided their helicopter. The helicopter followed this individual as we developed a plan to ensure public safety and that this matter could be resolved safely. The helicopter kept following the individual from above, and we had our emergency task force attend. We were continuously reassessing the public safety issues that might arise, and what you see or what you saw here was the best opportunity for us to safely stop the vehicle and take the person into custody. It was a 49-year-old male that was placed under arrest. Along the way, there were some minor injuries that did occur. There were some accidents that happened along the way, and anybody who was involved in an accident in relation to this incident, they're asked to call our traffic services at 416-808-1900. Anybody also who has any other information that they can provide to us in relation to this incident, they're asked to call us at it'll be 51 Division or 41 Division, so 416-808-5100 or 416-808-4100. And they can always call Crime Stoppers as well at 222-TIPS.
Inspector, just a sequence of events. Was it the plainclothes investigation, then the abduction? Is that how the sequence?
So in relation to that, I don't have, I can't give you that information. What I can tell you is that officers were in that area around 11:30 this morning. That's when the investigation began in that area. So I don't know where exactly the abduction occurred. I don't have that information for you, but the area where the officers were was Danforth and Warden in Scarborough. I don't have that information for you, sorry.
So after Danforth and Warden, then there was the incident involving the abduction?
As I mentioned, I don't know the details of when the abduction happened. I don't have any information about that. Sorry.
How long were they called about the suspect?
Sorry, I don't have any of that information.
They have been rescued and they're fine.
That's correct.
You mentioned along the way that there were accidents. Can you provide us any more information on where those accidents were exactly?
Yeah, I don't have exact locations. I know that people were calling in to 911 saying that they were involved in a minor accident in relation to this truck. So if there are any other ones, I know that there was some in Scarborough. I don't have it exact. There was a couple that I'm aware of. I don't have the exact location, and we are asking the public if anybody was involved in an accident to call us and we'll assist.
Was there alleged? Was there an allegation?
Yes, so the individual who was abducted did advise us that they were abducted at gunpoint. So it was believed that this person was armed. We're very fortunate with how this incident ended. There were no members of the public that were injured. There were some minor injuries to some officers, but overall a good conclusion to the event.
Bring us through the route of this chase, because we have reports of from at least some intersections from the Warden and Danforth area, maybe with Eglinton.
You know, Look, I can't tell you the exact route. This did go on for a while. We were following from a distance. It was extremely strategic. It took a while. We had the helicopter overhead the entire time. But in terms of if you want me to retrace it for you, that's not something I can do. I apologize. No, I can't confirm anything. I mean, this was an ongoing incident, right? Like, I'll answer any other questions if somebody has questions. Yeah.
You were tracking this vehicle for a while now.
Correct.
Can you explain why you chose this particular point to engage and try to stop it? Because I mean, it's obviously downtown, street cars, people on the sidewalk. Why was this specific the point to get this over with?
This was actually the safest moment in time to take the vehicle out. The vehicle had sustained some damage. So again, our emergency task force and other officers are continuously reevaluating public safety, considering all the elements around them before they make this decision. And so this was, in fact, the best location. As you can see, the result could have been catastrophic, especially with a person who's believed to be armed with a firearm. And it turned out to work out just great.
Can you give us a rough estimate of how long this is going to be closed off for?
I don't think it'll be too much longer once this vehicle is moved. So I would say probably within the next hour and a half or so, it'll be opened up.
Last question.
All right, that is the very latest from Toronto Police, giving an update on the arrest made following a pursuit involving its emergency task force. Police have arrested the driver of a truck downtown after a pursuit by ground and by air. This happened on Carlton Street near Church today, where the driver of a U-Haul truck was taken into custody by ETF officers. According to police, the suspect had a gun. We are now learning a lot more about this dramatic investigation. Police saying the suspect was involved in a December 6th stabbing of an off-duty police officer. This was outside of a Best Buy. And they also say that the suspect was driving a stolen U-Haul. There was an altercation between the suspect and officers. A citizen was also abducted. Toronto Police also telling the media they had been following the vehicle at a distance. York Police's helicopter helped them track it through the city. They say the suspect may have also collided with several vehicles in both Toronto and Durham region before the arrest. They are looking for those drivers to come forward. They're, of course, looking for witnesses to come forward as well. And we can now tell you a 48-year-old man is in police custody. Our Steve Ryan is following this story very closely, and he will join us live throughout the afternoon with more updates from Toronto Police.